Two former UFC champions facing off. But how about this? A rejuvenation of sorts for former title holder Petr Yan as he reclaims his elite status with a thrilling 5-round unanimous decision victory over former flyweight king Deivison Figueiredo. So, Luke, 4 losses in his previous 6 bouts, but for the 31-year-old Yan, he looked completely reborn, as I mentioned. So was this performance strong enough, in your opinion, to do what we teased last week? Should the UFC brass consider allowing Petr Yan, now 2-fight win streak, former champion, to cut the line even ahead of Umar Nurmagomedov to get that next shot at Merab's title?
I'm not so sure that they should. Now, you're saying cut the line? So
I'm saying because we said, what if one of these guys on Saturday gets a huge knockout? Could they cut the line?
Yeah.
This dominant 5-round performance in a very good fight, is that enough?
Probably not enough to cut the line in that sense. Now, you might be saying, well, again, overall resumes, and this was a very quality win by Yan. Yan obviously has done better work at bantamweight. Hello, he's been a former champion. Nurmagomedov only has really one high-quality win, which would be the Corey Sandhagen one. Yan would arguably get maybe should, in some people's minds, get an opportunity to get a title shot. But BC, here's the problem. If Merab is the champ, that's what we're talking about here, cutting the line, we already saw this fight not too long ago, which isn't to say it would be different, but the first fight was not that great as a fun kind of exercise, and it was dominant in favor of Merab. Again, a second fight might be different, but we've at least seen this once, and it was kind of one-sided. You are probably looking for maybe a fresher matchup. Also, what I would say is you do have some options at bantamweight. BC, could I see an argument for Yan cutting the line? I don't think it's the craziest one. I just wouldn't make it. What I would say is let Nurmagomedov have a title shot, freshen it up. Yan could get the winner of that. Or how about this? Why don't we just run back Petr Yan versus Sugar Sean O'Malley?
Not a horrible idea.
The first fight was close. I thought Yan won that. By the way, on Friday, we did talk about the fact that those 3 losses that he had, I thought Figgy might throw in an upset. Okay, sure. Wrong on that level. But on the other side, he had the 2 split decisions and then the loss to Merab. All 3 of those guys either were or are champions. The burial of Yan is premature. So there's a lot of room for optimism that he could get a title shot again, that he could win a title again. But I do think rotating in some newer characters into the bantamweight universe is probably better for the division.
Well, Yan, and maybe it was opportunistic sort of brand management, said afterwards he has nothing to prove a second time against O'Malley, that he wants to go straight for that title against Merab. So we do have Merab's reaction. He did a live stream during the fight and was talking about it, and then he did this video afterwards. If you don't mind hitting that up, let's hear from the champ.
Great fight, Peter. I like your call out and I like your respect. Let's go again after 2 years. March 8th. T-Mobile. Let's fucking go.
Okay, champ. He's got a date. He's got a please send location. He's got that. But it really comes back to what we talked about with Umar. Like, he doesn't have enough prerequisite wins, but he's got that big one against the streaking Sandhagen. So I kind of lean with you. I think Merab versus Umar is just that sexy-ass, hardcore fan delight fight that we kind of need to see right now. Are you getting the feeling that some on X are, or most, that Merab just doesn't want to lose the title to Umar, when I think this fight is perfect, 50-50 Merab-Umar? He wants to fight anybody but Umar, it seems.
I don't know how a Merab-Umar fight goes. I think it's competitive in ways that some of his other ones have not been. But I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other about it. But I do. I mean, I don't know how you can observe what he's doing and come to the conclusion that he has an equal amount of desire to fight both Umar as well as Yan, or, name any other contender who was available. It seems pretty clear that there is a difference in how much he is seeking out some of these adventures over the other ones. And again, you sort of understand it. Your money goes up substantially when you have the title. This is not a case like John Jones. I mean, there's his own one, but he's had the title the vast majority of his career. All of his bouts have a title in them one way or the other. Merab has had a long journey to get here. He's trying to preserve that as long as possible. And I understand that. So I'm not one of these like buffoons who's like, Merab is scared of him. Merab doesn't seem afraid of very much at all. But maybe to his own detriment, to be quite honest with you, BC. However, he already beat Yan. he probably feels pretty confident he could at least do something similar
Sure.
a second time around. Nurmagomedov is at a bare minimum, BC, a little bit more of a wild card in that respect. And I just don't think he wants that fight as much.
I know. It's going to come down to what the UFC brass wants.